Hello, and welcome to the Talking Apron podcast. This is where we clear up the confusion and bring simple, science-backed food ideas and lifestyle changes to your kitchen table so that you can feel confident, supported, and in control of your health. I'm Ann Bernardin, a nutrition educator, certified diabetes prevention coach, and a lifelong home cook. I just happen to live with type 1 diabetes, and that has given me a front row seat to how food on our plates matter. And for decades, I've been showing others how simple, thoughtful choices and changes, small habit changes in the kitchen can help you eat with confidence and manage your blood sugar and enjoy food without all that overwhelm. So each week we come together here at the kitchen table, sharing practical food, know-how, easy meal planning strategies, a good dose of encouragement, and some of the latest research on how lifestyle changes, stress management, and sleep make a difference to our overall health. So whether you're just beginning to navigate a prediabetes diagnosis, you're working to prevent one, or simply want to cook with more purpose, you will find a welcoming place here. So pull up a chair. Your apron is waiting. So today I want to talk about something to help you build confidence, and that is in tracking. What? It's in journaling. It's in keeping notes. It's in using your body as a science experiment. So this is your first daily habit for building confidence. Now, if you want to get started and do it every other day, that's fine too. But start making a habit of making notes to how you're feeling. I know, it's not food, and you're thinking, how can that help? Tracking. Well, here's the science. Tracking builds awareness in your prefrontal cortex, and tracking reduces the guesswork, and that thwarts the bad habits that happen to live in the amygdala, and that's in your brainstem. So instead of being reactive, just responding to stress, eating triggers, or those, pesky blood sugar surprises, starving yourself, you become proactive. So food logs, I hate that term, just journal, write down a couple notes. It helps you reveal the hidden patterns, and you start noticing how your life relates to food and your food choices. So when you find and you acknowledge perhaps the stressful times and you take notes, isn't that interesting? It was stressful to be late to a meeting, and that was stressful to you at work. Well, what happened an hour later when the meeting was over? Maybe you went through and had some snacks rather than waiting for lunch. And tracking those things help you be mindful of what's going on in your body. But the other thing we want to do is we want to record the wins. Woohoo! Yes, every little strategy that you start seeing, oh, I did that today. That builds confidence. That also triggers dopamine, the feel-good drug. And you want to keep doing those things that make you feel good. So when we jot down, it reinforces those successes. And we love that feel-good signal that comes to our brain. Now, here's a fascinating statistic, I think, and that is your success rate with what your health goal is 40% higher when you write things down. Now, how do you do this? How do you make it simple for yourself? Well, you're hanging around your kitchen after supper, bringing up plates, and your notebook is right on the counter, and before you get your hands dirty by putting everything in the dishwasher or putting the food away, you just make small notes. This is what I ate tonight. That's it. Then, maybe before bed, you might notice, was I hungry? Was I itching to chomp on something? and then write that down. You're going to take a look at it at another time, but you just jot some notes. What you're feeling: I'm energized, I'm alert, I'm tired, I'm dragging. Just take note of the food and what. So it's not super hard. Now, in the morning, you do want to wake up and see, am I groggy? Am I energetic? Am I thirsty? Am I fuzzy-brained? And, you can simply jot down, oh, I walked after dinner. Simple, simple, simple. Try jotting this down for a couple evenings. Or if you're a morning person, jot it down in the morning, what you did the night before. And those little notes will prove and reinforce that those choices you're making that turned into good positive actions, they matter. So here's the challenge for you for this first section on taking notes or logging. Try this out. Keep a 3-day mini journal. And each day, you're going to write down one food note, maybe a stress note of the day, and one win. And that's it, until you get the hang of it. Do that for 3 days. All right. Number 2, this next confidence-building habit has to do with planning your meals. Okay, did you hear that? Planning your meals. That is not the same as meal planning. I am totally against meal planning because you waste a lot of time, money, and organization when you think you can plan what you're going to eat for every single night of the week. No, 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 no. So planning your meals is a little bit different. The science behind this is when you plan ahead, it reduces decision fatigue. That's right. And that frees that prefrontal cortex to make better choices. And when you map out and plan a few meals ahead of time, you avoid those last-minute temptations, you lower your stress, and you save money from going to the drive-through or the pickup lane. So what do I mean by planning your meals? It's about being prepared in your kitchen with the ingredients that you want to always have on hand, so you can prepare a quick, nutritious meal without thought, without stress. So here's a challenge for you. You want to look at the rest of your week. Yes, whenever you are listening to this, when you get home, if you're not home now, look at your calendar, look at the rest of the week. Pick 2 evenings, 2 that are the busiest. Check and see. And then I want you to look in your pantry, in your refrigerator, and in your freezer. What do you have for protein, cooked protein, canned protein? What do you have for vegetables or salad or canned green beans? What do you have? And then your complex carb. Do you have a high protein pasta, something with a lot of fiber? Do you have lentils, black beans? What do you have that you can put together a meal on the fly? You may have leftovers from a meal you made a couple days ago or when you ate out. You may have eggs. You may have some cooked broccoli. You may have frozen broccoli. So you can whip up an omelet. Couple eggs, throw the broccoli in first, a little bit of onion, throw the eggs in. You have a scramble, a vegetable scramble. Whatever it is, it's not fancy, but it's filling and it's healthful for you. You just want to notice and be ready to give yourself those options for those stressful days. Now, personally, I actually do that every night. I take a look. Yes, I'm aware of my week and go, okay, one day is bigger, longer, so I'll reserve something that's a ready-made meal, whether it's a soup or stew. I always have a frozen, cooked protein in my freezer, whether it's chicken, beef, taco flavored meat, shrimp that's pre-cooked, so I can throw a salad together, or I can take a frozen vegetable. I always have that because living with diabetes, I don't want to go off the wagon. Off the wagon, that sounds like I'm drinking. No, I don't want to make bad choices because I feel bad when I do. Not only do I feel bad with my confidence, I feel bad physically when I don't eat well. So I always take a look. So that's what I recommend for you to do for this second habit. Start taking a notice of a couple days during the week that are busy days for you. And look in your pantry, your refrigerator, and put a couple ideas together. Even reserve some leftovers for tomorrow, the next day, that you know that you can put something together on the fly when you get home. And you can build your confidence by saying, whoa, stressful day, got it. I ate well. Now, here's the thing. Gaining confidence comes from proof. Proof that you can make changes and see the results pretty darn quickly. And I want to help you make that start even easier. And that's why I created a free guide, and it's called 5 Hacks to Lower Blood Sugar Fast. So if you are pre-diabetic or diabetic, live with diabetes, this is for you. Inside, you'll discover 5 simple, science-backed strategies in a short video form with me and some diagrams that you can put together and work on today to have some fast results. No overwhelm, no waiting, simple, practical steps that make a difference right away. And I know these are the practical steps that I have been using for over 20 years as a type 1 diabetic. It works for any type of diabetes. It has science to back. So go ahead and grab your free copy of this guide, 5 Hacks to Lower Blood Sugar Fast. You will find it in the link of the description to this podcast. Start gaining confidence today in your own small daily wins. All right, the third daily check-in for changing a habit is about stress. It's a stress check-in. So the science behind this, cortisol is a stress hormone. Cortisol directly raises your blood sugar because it's a hormone that tells your liver, hey, I'm really stressed. I'm going to need some energy to get through my day. So it will raise your blood sugar without you eating a drop of food. The second thing it does, it makes insulin less effective. But regular check-ins with your stress help you notice the patterns and choose calmer responses. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes I'll have stress and not even notice it. And it'll be, if you're watching a video, you can see me raising my shoulders and I have no neck. Another way I have stress is I clench my hands. If I've been working on the computer too long, things aren't going well, it's slowed up, maybe a process isn't working, a link isn't happening, I'll clench my hands and I don't even know I'm doing it. But that is a stress on my muscles. So I have to check in with myself sometimes and go, oh, lower the shoulders, exercise them just a little bit. I'm putting them up and down right now, clench and unclench my hands. I do a stress check-in with the physicality of my body. And then if I notice talking fast, I'm doing things, I will take a deep breath, lower those stress hormones so that I can have a natural response to the food I eat and not have cortisol run the show to tell my liver to make more glucose to raise my blood sugar. So how can you help yourself? Well, regular check-ins helps you notice the patterns. Do you have patterns during your day at work? Do you have patterns If you drive to work, do you have patterns when you volunteer somewhere, when you see your children? What are the patterns that you see? And what can you put in place besides deep breathing, noticing, maybe going for a walk, sometimes yawning, humming, even a little screaming can sometimes relieve stress. So we want to keep different responses so we lower that cortisol and we improve the insulin sensitivity over time. Now, another thing is you could take a look at it just one time a week. Maybe it's a Sunday evening. Make a cup of tea, something warm, sit down, look at your past week and see what worked, what didn't work. And you'll ask yourself, where was I most stressed this week? How did I respond to that stress? What can I try differently this week? Pair it with a stretch, with a deep breath. Even short pauses builds resistance. And what you will notice is the choices you make in the kitchen, preparing a meal and eating or overeating or choosing the wrong foods will begin to change when you start paying attention to the stress. So try one 5-minute stress check-in before bed this week. Just 5 minutes. Notice how it feels to slow down. Just 5 minutes. Sit down for 5 minutes, not do anything, not plan anything. Look around, go for a walk in your garden, outside, sidewalks. Pause, meditate, look at a pretty picture in your home. Whatever it is, 5 minutes will help reset and calm those nerves and that cortisol. All right, that's it for today. 3 simple habits that will start affecting you tremendously and how you make choices for food. So that's it for today's chat. Remember that every healthy, balanced plate, every small new habit that you stack is a step towards your confidence. And confidence isn't about willpower. It's about proof. We want to engage that prefrontal cortex. Proof that you can take action and see results, that you can change old patterns or habits, that you can keep moving forward. And if you gained an insight, share this episode with a friend who could use maybe a little bit of apron courage. And if you haven't yet, leave a quick review so more women can find their way here. Until next week, just know this, I am cheering you on.